Michelle, Alexia, thank you so much for speaking with us. Alexia, after 14 years at one club here in New York, I know it's a little ways away from London, but still, how does it feel to finally say to the world, I am a London City player?
Oh, finally, finally, we can
yes,
say, yeah. Of course, it was a private decision till now. So very happy to announce here that I will play in London City next season, and really excited to start.
And Michelle, you're such an absolute goat for the sport, for us, for women as well. Literally, to put it simple, such a pioneer, such a champion as well. But you're also sat in great company with Alexia Putellas, and to know that you own so many clubs, you get to work with so many great athletes, but to have Alexia Putellas kind of seem giddy and excited to play at one of your clubs. Is it kind of like goosebumps?
Absolutely. I was like, it's surreal, right? I mean, it's like the fact that she's sitting right next to me. It's like, yeah, I'm back to like, you know, being giddy and all, you name it. Yeah, this is really extraordinary, and I'm really deeply grateful for her decision, given knowing what she has done in the last 14 years, and decide to join a very, you know, early young club. It's very grateful, but I'm really excited.
Yeah, Alexia, and as you said, it is a young club as well that still is, you know, making waves in the world. And when we think of you at a club that's already so established, like a Barcelona, that's always going to be competing for 1, 2, 3 trophies. But for you, why did you feel like this was the right step?
Because it's very different. It's not the opposite, but it remember me when I started in Barca, but being an independent club. So it's a lot of challenge behind that, and that made me move on this, and I'm super motivated to help the club grow on the pitch, also off the pitch, and I will put all my efforts for that. And of course, being here with Michelle, that look, every single player that we play, we want that somebody invest in us. So for me, it's perfect to be here. We share the same vision, we share the same goals. What we want is to make the women's football bigger. So yeah, there's a lot of reasons about the final decision.
And Michelle, what was it like pitching London City to her? Because I'm going to be honest, to take someone from the sunny Barcelona to the grey skies and rain of London, I lived in London for 6 years, and it's not easy sometimes.
Well, I mean, you know, London actually gets a bad rap, actually. When you live there, it's actually not that bad. There are some bad days, but yeah, there are some sunny days as well. Look, this was not a conventional pitch that, you know, you have to come in, we're Team X, or we're the best team in London or Spain or France. But this was more actually starting with the vision, what we want to see in women's football. I mean, quite frankly, she has achieved already, you know, a lot, and she won basically everything. So I think for me to go pitch and say, oh, come and, you know, win another Champions League is not the right pitch, right? So it was really genuinely about, what do we want to see? Somebody like her who invested her entire life, 2/3 of her life, I assume, in women's football. So what do you want to see? And what do I want to see? So it's really speaking about vision, of course our passion, but vision, and how do we get there? And that's really what our conversation was about, not about, you know, this club or that club or a trophy. I mean, that's given, right? She's very competitive. I'm very competitive, so we want to go win everything. But this was more about our vision for what we want to see for women's football, not only for just a club, first independent club in WSL, but also for the league, but broadly, globally, about women's football.
I mean, that's a great point.
Is that fair?
Yeah. So what is it that you do want to see, of course, in WSL, in women's football too, more now with this next chapter for you?
Look, yesterday I was in Mexico, and they asked me about the Mexican League, and my answer was the more competitive league we have worldwide, the better it will be for all women's games. So now I moved to London, and I moved to WSL, and I'm really excited for this. But it's not just, as Michelle said, of one club or one league. It's about worldwide and how we move together to push our limits and to give more access to the supporters, or give better entertainment, me or the player as players to grow and be better and give more joy to the people, and then they would come more to the stadium, no? So it's about that, and I'm happy to be part of this.
And then, of course, Michelle has some of her heart in France, some of her heart in the WSL, some of her heart in NWSL, we know that. But you chose WSL when I know you could have probably gone anywhere. If we could take you in Jamaica, we would take you in Jamaica, you know?
Thank you.
But why WSL, and how is the process of weighing up options, you know, of course, in Europe versus NWSL?
Because after Nunes announced that I left Barca, I sit down with myself and I listen myself what I want, and what are my goals, and I looked the options, and I don't know, I felt like it has to be WSL, because I'm not far from my family. Well, I am, but not too much. And I know that the league is improving. It's one of the best leagues of the world, and for me, the most competitive league of the world. And for me, it's very important, these things. Even more in a World Cup year. So I want to compete every weekend, and if you mix everything, that means that you should move to WSL.
And I mean, Michelle, final two questions for you, because we're going to speak to Alexia a bit more after in Espanol.
Okay,
but of course, when you sign Alexia, of course, looking at next season, London City aren't in the likes of the Champions League yet. We'll see. But in terms of the timeline that you have, I know you said you're still, you know, making steps, you're growing organically, so to speak. But when you bring Alexia in, does that change your timeline? Does it accelerate it? And what role do you envision for her?
It's actually not my timeline. It's up to the players and the coach. My job is to provide all the necessary resources and infrastructure. And after that, it's up to them. So,
but you feel the excitement from the fans that they almost now feel like maybe
close.
Yeah.
Close. Absolutely. I love it. But it's really up to them, the players, Alexia and all other players, and the staff, and of course our fans. The more fans show up, I think they're going to play even better. So it's very important that the fans are part of this process.
And what role do you envision for her at the club, not just on the pitch, but maybe in the dressing room as well?
Well, that's something that I think she can talk more about, right? So, and I kind of only observed from a distance what she was doing at Barca and her leadership, and what I heard from other players about her influence and leadership in the locker room, and of course on the pitch. So I expect something similar, but it's up to her, up to the team.
Would you like that, Alexia? Would you like to still be in a leadership role as well, or do you kind of feel like you want to take your time and maybe take a step back?
No, I think you cannot choose that. So I am who I am. So I've been always like this. I don't know. I didn't even meet with my new teammates. We didn't start yet. We don't start yet. So yeah, I'm really excited to start and talk with the coach. For example, in another interview, they asked me which position you will play. I will play where the team needs me. So
goalkeeper?
Okay, no.
I don't know about that one. I don't interfere, but that
I don't think that would be a good idea. But whatever the need team, the same in the club and the same in the dressing room. I'm like my teammates, so we want the same. All players and all the staff, coach staff, and all the club. So it's about push everybody in the same direction, and I will be one of this.
Perfect. Michelle, Alexia, thank you so very much for sitting down with us.
Thank you very much.